What's going on, guys? So my little e-bike tester has arrived, and I wanted to show you guys how you use this thing to test and see if the hall sensors are bad. Alright, I'm going to show you. Now, here's the e-bike that we know the motor's good on, because I tested this motor and it works perfectly. So I'm going to plug up this little plug they got for the hall sensors. Okay, now notice this row right there. If you can see it, it's lit up. That row is for the hall sensors. Let's see if we can sit this somewhere where you can see it. Okay, see that? That row right there is for hall sensors. Now, when you plug that up, all you have to do is spin the wheel. This has power, so it has its own power. So you plug that up. Now watch when I spin this wheel, what happens. See that? See how those lights, they go from one to another to the other. I mean, in sequence. That's how you tell this bike's hall sensors are working perfectly. They're fine. Okay. Now, let's go and test the hall sensors on this Super 73. And remember, I told you guys this bike had bad hall sensors. I'm just saying that because I'm about to show you. Now, we'll plug it up on here. Now, when I plugged it up here, immediately one of the lights stays on solid red. That's showing there's a short. And not only that, when I spin this wheel, watch what happens. See that? Nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. That means the hall sensors are bad in this bike, and they are shorted, which is why that's a dead short there, which is why it knocked out the stock Super 73 controller. Okay? Now, told you these e-bike testers, they come in handy. That row right there is for the motor hall sensors. Now, this is for the hall sensors. You can actually test the phase wires on the motor with these 3 cables. You can also test coming from your controller. You can plug this into the controller side, and when you give it throttle on the controller side, the same thing. These lights will flash in sequence, just like you just saw back there. Okay? So that is how you test hall sensors. I told you, these little e-bike testers, they are worth their weight in gold. This little e-bike tester costs 20 bucks. 20 bucks, but it has a good little circuit in there that's specifically designed to test hall sensors, controllers, and what it will also test, you can test the throttle with this. When you hook this up, when you hook these 3 leads up to the throttle, you have a 5-volt positive, a ground, and you have the signal wire. When you hook these up, if the throttle is working properly, this is the throttle light, it will increase and decrease as you give it throttle. Okay? And it will also, you can turn that off when you're doing the throttle. When you're doing the throttle, that light will light up to let you know you're getting 5 volts. So you don't have to have that switched on when you're doing throttle. But yeah, this light will light up to let you know that your throttle is getting its 5 volts and it has its ground. And when you increase the throttle, the center light will go from dim to bright, letting you know your throttle is working, increasing and decreasing. You can also check with this same set of wires. You can check the brake. You can check your brake cutoff wires. And all you need to do with that is connect the red lead to the positive line on your brake and the black to the ground. And when you squeeze your brake, inhibitors, it will light that light up. You know your brakes are working. Like I said, you can test anything with this. Same thing with the phase wires, the motor phase wires coming from the controller side. You hook these leads up to the motor phase wires. I mean the controller phase wires. This is an awesome little piece of test equipment. I mean, no e-bike repair guy should be without one. Now, can you test them other ways? Yeah, you can use a multimeter and do it. It's just a little harder. I mean, this thing makes it so much easier because it's got the plug on it, and you know, if your e-bike doesn't have these type plugs on it, you should have one of these plugs laying around that you can just wire up to it. Makes it nice and easy. Okay guys, just wanted to show you. That is how you test the motor and test the hall sensors. Alright, deuces.